What is so stupid but it actually really works. Putting hand sanitizer on bug bites. It's the most glorious feeling and it works better than any itch spray. Another thing that works great on itchy bug bites, use a hairdryer. Set it to hot. Blow it at the bug bite from 6 feet away until it just starts to hurt. You're not looking to scald yourself here. Then turn it away. Repeat 2 more times. Strangest thing. But it totally relieves the itch for a good 24 hours. Vastly more effective than anti-itch cream. We have a thing that looks kinda like a pen and gets hot at the tip for 3 to 6 seconds. It's made for mosquito and bug bites. If you put it on the bite, it destroys the enzymes that make it so itchy. At least that's how I understand it. Same works for the hairdryer. Best $20 I ever invested in my whole life. Edit, since so many people asked. It's called Bite Away and I got it from Amazon. I'm from Germany though. Someone posted link for the US somewhere further down. Putting a piece of duct tape on your bike seat so people won't steal it. Who wants to try and sell a potentially ripped bike seat, let alone buy one? Living in New York City in the 90s, bike shops would offer a service to ugly your new bike. Basically they would beat the S out of your new bike so it would be less likely to get stolen. My boss tried that. He outdid himself too. Ugliest bike I've ever seen. Wasn't even a valuable bike. Still got stolen. I drank creek water and got 8 days off of work. Reminds me of a kid in grade school who ate moldy bread to get the day off school. That kid's name? Sir Alexander Fleming. Jokes on him. He never got sick again. Placebo effect. Not just the placebo effect, but knowing it's a placebo and it still works. I went to see Placebo once. I actually thought that they were the cure. Could be worse. Imagine expecting the cure and it turns out to be poison. My answer to a similar question months ago was percussive maintenance. They had a Mars rover hit itself with a shovel. It worked. Edit A lander not a rover. L. So it's scientific then. It was a science shovel. So yes, most definitely scientific. Convincing someone that it was their idea to finally get them to agree to it. It works at an incredible success rate. I had boss who was like that. If you wanted anything implemented, you had to steer him towards suggesting what you actually wanted. And then go, great idea, when he finally spoke it. I had a boss who only liked ideas he thought he came up with. So I used to play mini Inception. I would go talk to him about my idea and let him shoot it down. Then I'd wait a day or two and come back and say, hey, remember that idea that you told me about the other day? Did you want me to get started on that thing? That was totally your idea? Putting a few ice cubes in the dryer with a garment that needs ironing. 15 minutes later you have a wrinkle-free item of clothing with extra time free to spend on other things. How about a frozen leg of lamb instead? Then you'll have a wrinkle-free shirt and a succulent meal. Mayo steakhouses don't want you to know this one trick. For me personally, I make a to-do list, but put like 3 or 4 things that are just mind-numbingly simple. I knock them out, cross them off, feel productive, and feel motivated to hammer out the tougher pieces. Here's the problem. I get through the 3 or 4 simple things and stop because I feel that I've been productive enough today. Then I put off the real tasks until tomorrow. After 3 or 4 more simple tasks. Stay at least a year behind in technology and gaming. Better yet, 2. You'll save a shit ton of money. This has been my MO for almost 10 years now. I rarely pay more than $15 for a game. The only thing that sucks is most games with multiplayer components are usually pretty dead by the time I get to them. Clearly you don't play Nintendo games. They're still full price years later. Recently got a Switch and yeah, I gotta admit, the prices are a huge turn off for me expanding my library. My anti-clothing static device. I think I learned about this on Reddit. I live in a dry climate and static cling was always a problem. I really dislike fabric softeners for multiple reasons. But this trick solved the problem. Take an old cloth, mine is a cloth napkin, and pin 7 to 10 big safety pins to it. Just toss it in the dryer with your clothes. The safety pins hit the sides of the dryer. Continually grounding your laundry works like a charm. I think you might have just accidentally explained to me why static cling has never been a problem for me. I don't think I ever do laundry without clothes. Have some metal on them, zippers and rivets, metal buttons, etc. On hot days, our neighbor turns on his lawn sprinkler and sits next to it in a lawn chair in his bathing suit. When I wanna be outside on a hot day, I hook the nozzle of the garden hose on the side of my hammock, then spray myself whenever I get too hot. Next year I'm getting a pool. My aunt puts her expensive jewelry in a Ziploc bag and her cheap jewelry in the jewelry boxes. She apparently had a lot of her jewelry stolen in the past by family. She now only has the cheap stuff stolen. Yup, you get really creative when you've had your stuff stolen. It also sucks because I'll never not feel anxiety leaving my house again. One of the worst feelings is coming home and noticing a lot of your stuff is gone. Wait, I had a TV when I left. That's horrible. I can't imagine how violating that feels. Today I fixed my refrigerator's water dispenser by forcefully pushing random buttons until it started working again. This was after reading the entire manual front to back twice. Didn't help at all. Edit. Never mind. It's broken again. Time to push more buttons. And you didn't save the button pushing sequence. Then posted on Reddit. How will I fix mine? Now? Damn you. Long story short, a boorish guy was bullying my grandfather at a movie theater. My grandpa turned around and literally blew air on his face. The man was so weirded out that he left the theater. With COVID now, it might be taken as an attack. Lol. There have definitely been people charged with assault in the last month for similar. I have trouble with motivation and procrastination, but I'm learning that I routinely fall for some pretty dumb tricks. 1. Giving myself a countdown. If I need to do something I don't want to do, I do it on the count of 3, and for some reason it really helps. 2. Setting insanely easy goals to trick myself into starting a task, e.g. spend 1 minute practicing. Once I've started I usually keep going. I often find for procrastination there is a problem of momentum. Like you said, it's hard to get going, but once I do it's easier to keep going. Also, if I'm engaged in a task, like watching a series with many episodes left, it's hard to stop. I just want to keep doing that. Telling yourself you look good in the mirror will make you think that you look better. Feeling tired, headache, muscle cramps, drink water. It is amazing how many people walk around in a state of dehydration. Water is an amazing fluid that solves a lot of problems. Tie up some plastic bags outside to mimic a wasp nest. Other wasps won't make a new nest thinking there is already one there. The wasps in the Homeowners Association might send you a passive-aggressive letter though. If you think someone is following you, literally act as crazy and stupid as you can. It is so stupid, but the other person is usually so freaked out they leave you alone. Rhett and Link made a video where they walked in a way that statistically reduces the chance of being mugged. Sync arms and legs, rather than alternating. Bring your knees high while stepping forward, and walk toe heel. Edit. My memory is bad, and apparently this is the walk that will get you mugged. Spitting on the inside of a diving mask and rubbing it around to prevent it from fogging up. I don't know the science behind it, but it's a technique used by most divers I've met, including myself. It smooths the surface so that water vapor doesn't have an easy time sticking to tiny surface imperfections. Giving someone a compliment before asking them to do something. Dressing well at work. You can be an amazing worker, but people really do judge you by how you look. And by well I mean looking put together and professional. This applies for trade/blue collar work as well as white collar. I've worked both. This is verified fact. Always been one to dress up for work, and, routinely, folks in the elevator lobby who don't know me assume I'm headed for the top floor, where the finance and C-suite folks live. This is also cultural. At a tech company, at least on the dev side, no one cares how you dress. I work with a bunch of senior engineers and scientists who come in wearing shirts, and our manager rolls in wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Wash your hands in shaving cream to remove fish/onion/nasty smells. putting in earbuds, but not listening to anything, and instead listen to the people around you. Also, was having a hard time being on time. So set the clock in my bathroom ahead 15 minutes. I mean, I know it's fast, but I'm not late anymore. My mom always did the set the clock ahead 5 minutes thing, but then she'd realize that it was 5 minutes fast and adjust it in her head. So she started setting it 10 minutes fast, and so on. I laughed so much when I visited once and the bedroom/bathroom clocks were a full hour and 15 minutes fast from this absurd exercise. Taking the plug out of a non-working machine and putting it back in. Flattery. Every time I do it I think, this person is going to call me out and do the opposite of what I want, but nope. They share their donuts every time I tell them they're pretty/handsome/smart. Sometimes after using the restroom I get worried that I forgot to flush, so I go and check. 99% I did, but my brain broken, so I'm constantly anxious about it. I now sing a little 6-word song straight after flushing. The song sticks with me, so I may chill in peace without worry that I left something for the next person to use the toilet. Okay, but what's the song please? Roses are red, violets are blue. Did I flush the toilet or display my last poo?